Chapter 17, Competing for the Golden Leaves? At the towering treetop of the colossal Xiangli tree, Lin Feng and Su Shanyu, the heads of the first and second institutes, were locked in a heated quarrel over the distribution of the golden leaves. Su Shanyu, you should understand well how many outstanding students are gathered in the first institute. Their talents far surpass those of the other institutes in Southwind Academy. If they're given better cultivation resources, the results they'll achieve will vastly outstrip the others, Lin Feng said in a deep voice. Su Shanyu gave a cold snort. The first institute is indeed full of talent, but does that mean the second institute is entirely made up of useless trash, undeserving of the golden leaves? Out of the 50 golden leaves on the Xiangli tree, 40 already belong to your first institute. Isn't that enough for you? Lin Feng frowned. This is not a matter of enough or not enough. It's about maximizing the value of the golden leaves. The truth is, the first institute's students can draw out far greater benefits from them. I'm not deliberately targeting your students in the second institute, but facts are facts. Su Shanyu sneered. Stop pretending. You just want to squeeze every resource out of Southwind Academy so you can train more students who'll get into the Astral Sage College. That way, your resume shines brighter, and eventually you'll get yourself promoted there. Indeed, it wasn't only the students who saw the Astral Sage College as their ultimate goal. Even these instructors of a mid-tier academy regarded it as sacred ground. All their efforts were directed at one-day teaching there, for it would bring immense prestige, status, and future opportunities. Ambition itself wasn't wrong, but Su Shanyu felt Lin Feng's methods were far too utilitarian, caring only for his own gain. Just like when he had kicked Li Luo into the second institute, there had been no real need for that. Li Luo might be born with a blank face, but he wasn't so weak as to drag anyone down. Back then, Lin Feng had likely done it as a show of power, to establish his authority and deter challenges from the elite students of the first institute. Lin Feng's face darkened at the words. Su Shanyu, don't twist things around with nonsense. The other Southwind Academy instructors nearby, seeing the dispute escalate, hurried to mediate. Old Dean Wei Cha, who oversaw the academy, rubbed his aching forehead. The golden leaves of the Xiangli tree were a scarce resource, and every institute wanted more. That was natural after all. The students' results were tied directly to the instructors' evaluations and promotions. Lin Feng had been pestering him about this for some time. He had delayed giving an answer, but today it seemed unavoidable. The dean's eyes swept over the students below, and after a pause, he said slowly, the second institute's golden leaves cannot simply be taken away without reason. If we strip them completely just because the first institute is stronger, we'll kill the second institute's drive to improve. Here's my decision: the first and second institutes will each choose 3 students, cultivation not exceeding the 6th seal. They'll compete. If the first institute wins, the second will hand over 5 golden leaves. But if the second institute wins, the first must give them 10 golden leaves. As soon as his words fell, Lin Feng and Su Shanyu stopped quarreling, both frowning. Dean, why should the first institute lose 10 golden leaves if we're defeated? Lin Feng asked unhappily. Dean Wei Cha chuckled. Because this competition was your proposal. And since the first institute is acknowledged to be stronger, if you don't risk more, why should the second agree to compete at all? Lin Feng frowned, thought for a moment, then finally nodded. Very well. Even limited to the 6th seal, his first institute still held overwhelming advantage. Su Shanyu, however, hesitated. Though the terms favored him if they won, he knew the first institute was the face of Southwind Academy. The quality of their students far outshone all others. Dean, our second institute only has 2 students who've reached the 6th seal, Su Shanyu said helplessly. Lin Feng smirked. Don't worry, your second institute won't drag things to such a stalemate. Su Shanyu's face darkened with anger. Dean Wei Cha sighed. Don't worry, Xiao Su. Even if you lose, I'll make sure the second institute is compensated next year. But for now, with the Academy's grand exam just a month away, this matter must be settled. Hearing this, Su Shanyu could only nod dejectedly. He knew the dean wasn't being unfair. Favoring the first institute was simply human nature. They were the Academy's pride, after all. I'll go make the arrangements then, Su Shanyu said, leaping down from the treehouse. Lin Feng smiled faintly and turned to do the same. Meanwhile, lower down the Xiangli tree, Bei Kun finally retreated with his group, looking both disheveled and unwilling. After all, Li Luo completely ignored his provocations, and his unorthodox methods of breaking the rules had unsettled even his own followers. Hot-blooded youths cared deeply about face, often fighting tooth and nail for pride. But who had ever seen someone casually threaten to call in family reinforcements in a schoolyard quarrel? It was utterly outside the norm. As Bei Kun's group slunk away, many of the second institute's students gave Li Luo strange looks. They hadn't expected him to resolve the conflict in such a way. Wasn't he that, a little too unreasonable? Zhao Kuo scratched his head, muttering beside Li Luo. Li Luo lazily shot him a glance. They can bully me for being a blank phase, but I'm not allowed to throw my weight around. That's not exactly the same. Zhao Kuo tried to argue, but words failed him. He could only shake his head. This young master's ways were really unorthodox. While they spoke, Su Shanyu appeared before the gathered second institute students. Clapping his hands, he called everyone together and explained the upcoming competition with the first institute. As soon as he finished, an uproar erupted. The first institute is too much. They already control 40 golden leaves, and they still want more. This match is hopeless. We've only got 2 people at the 6th seal. Sigh, might as well concede. After the outburst, the mood turned grim. Everyone knew the truth, even with the restrictions, they were still at a disadvantage. Su Shanyu sighed and said, the participants will be Zhao Kuo and Yuan Xiu. Teacher, don't worry. Zhao Kuo shouted, full of fighting spirit. I'll show them the second institute isn't easy prey. Beside him, Yuan Xiu, a tall, composed girl, spoke calmly. And the third participant? Su Shanyu's eyes swept across the crowd. Most students avoided his gaze, lacking the confidence to step forward. Finally, his eyes landed on Li Luo. Though he was a blank phase, his mastery of phase arts put him just behind Zhao Kuo and now also Yuan Xiu among the second institute's fighters. Li Luo, you'll be the third? He added gently, don't feel pressured. It's fine if you lose. You'll go first, fight until you can't hold on, then concede. Just try to wear down the opponent's phase force as much as possible. That'll give the others a better chance. Li Luo wasn't surprised. The second institute had few options. But clearly, Su Shanyu saw him as cannon fodder, meant to exhaust the enemy's strength. Li Luo's gaze turned a little deep. He had wanted to keep a low profile, but it seemed fate had other plans. Old Su, you have no idea what kind of person you've just chosen. Today, the light shining on your face might outshine the sun itself. Smack! Su Shanyu clapped his shoulder, making him stumble, and said with dissatisfaction, "Why are you staring blankly? Don't tell me you're scared stiff already." And just like that, the orally Ludo had begun to build was smashed apart in an instant. End of chapter.